Happy Monday! I hope you had a great weekend and enjoyed the sunshine and had a great time celebrating Mother's Day with your wonderful moms. This week we are doing lesson 28 in our Journeys book. We will be reading The Kite from Days with Frog and Toad. We will be looking over our spelling words, practicing the long I sound spelled Y, I-E, and I-G-H, and practicing our sight words. So let's get started. I will say the word and you say the word. Across. What word? Ball. What word? Cried. What word? Head. What word? Heard. What word? Large. What word? Second. What word? Should. What word? Great job reading those words. Now let's read them a little faster. Across. Ball. Cried. Head. Heard. Large. Second. Should. Great job. You will notice the word cried has the long I sound, like our spelling words this week, spelled I-E. Cried. You will notice we have two words that are kind of spelled similar. Heard and head. Can you notice what's different about these two words? This word has an R in it. Heard and head. The EA say different words. D. The EA say or in the word heard, and in the word head they say Heard, head. Nice job reading those words. Now let's read our story of the week together. Let's get started. The Kite from Days with Frog and Toad. This story is a fantasy story. A fantasy could not happen in real life. As you read, let's look for events that could not really happen in animals who talk and act like people. Our essential question is, how can weather change your day? The kite. Start by putting your finger on the word frog. Frog and Toad went out to fly a kite. They went to a large meadow where the wind was strong. Our kite will fly up and up, said Frog. It will fly all the way up to the top of the sky. Toad, said Frog, I will hold the ball of string. You hold the kite and run. Toad ran across the meadow. He ran as fast as his short legs could carry him. The kite went up in the air. It fell to the ground with a bump. Toad heard laughter. 3 robins were sitting in a bush. That kite will not fly, said the robins. You may as well give up. Toad ran back to Frog. Frog, said Toad, this kite will not fly. I give up. We must make a second try, said Frog. Wave the kite over your head. Perhaps that will make it fly. Toad ran back across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. The kite went up in the air and then fell down with a thud. What a joke, said the robins. That kite will never get off the ground. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is a joke, he said. It will never get off the ground. We have to make a third try, said Frog. Wave the kite over your head and jump up and down. Perhaps that will make it fly. Toad ran across the meadow again. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. The kite went up in the air and crashed down into the grass. That kite is junk, said the robins. Throw it away and go home. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is junk, he said. I think we should throw it away and go home. Toad, said Frog, we need one more try. Wave the kite over your head, jump up and down, and shout, up, kite, up. Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, up, kite, up. The kite flew into the air. It climbed higher and higher. We did it, cried Frog. We did it, cried Toad. Yes, said Frog, if a running try did not work, a running and waving try did not work, and a running, waving, and jumping try did not work, I knew that a running, waving, jumping, and shouting try just had to work. The robins flew out of the bush, but they could not fly as high as the kite. Frog and Toad sat and watched their kite. It seemed to be flying way up at the top of the sky. So we learn in this story to never give up and to keep trying. Nice job following along. Let's practice our spelling words now. First, we're going to read the words and then we'll practice sorting them. We've already learned earlier in the year the long I sound spelled I, consonant E, with a silent E. But long I can also be spelled with a Y, IE, or IGH. I will say the word, you say the word. My, try, sky, fly, by, dry, pie, cried, night, light. Great job reading those words. Now, I see the Y says I in all of these words. Those all have the long I sound at the end. In pie, it has the long I sound at the end with IE, and in cried, it's in the middle. In the word night and light, we see long I spelled IGH. Can you think of another word that rhymes with night and light? Now these are our bonus words. Across, should, large, and heard. Great job reading those words. Now we're going to sort our spelling words based on how they're spelled to say long I. Long I spelled Y. My, try, sky, fly, by, and dry. Which of our spelling words are spelled long I with the I, say long I with the IE? Pie and cried. Now we see two words that have long I spelled IGH. Night and light. Awesome job sorting those words and reading.